Today I am going to discuss the questions and answers from the text The Best Christmas Present in the World of Class 8. So viewers, I am Shoma. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are first in my channel, so please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon so that you can get the notifications of all videos. Let's start. Exercise number 1. Question number 1. What did the author find in a junk shop? Answer. In the junk shop, the author found a 19th century roll top desk, which was made of oak. Its roll top was broken into numerous pieces. The roll top desk was in a very bad condition. One of its legs was roughly mended, and there were scorch marks down one side. The author bought it to restore it. Next. What did he find in a secret drawer? Who do you think had put it in there? Answer. He found a small black tin box in the secret drawer. The box had a sheet of paper stuck to its top with a sellotape. It read, Jim's last letter, received January 25, 1915. To be buried with me when the time comes. It was probably put there by Jim's wife, that is, Mrs. Jim Macpherson, since the envelope inside the box had her name and address written on it. Next, why was the letter written? What was the wonderful thing that had happened? Jim wrote the letter to his wife to tell her about a wonderful thing that had happened on the Christmas day. There was a war going on between the British and the Germans, yet both the troops met in no man's land on that day. It was a wonderful thing because the warring soldiers were making peace in the middle of a war. Next, what jobs did Hans Wolf and Jim Macpherson have when they were not soldiers? Answer. Before becoming soldiers, Hans Wolf, who was from Dusseldorf, played the cello in the orchestra, and Jim Macpherson, who was from Dorset, was a school teacher. Next, had Hans Wolf even been to Dorset? Why did he say he knew it? Answer. Hans Wolf had never been to Dorset himself. He had learned all about England from his school and by reading English books. Next, do you think Jim Macpherson came back from the war? How do you know this? Answer. No, Jim Macpherson probably never came back from the war. The note stuck on the top of the tin box mentioned that the letter inside it was the last letter from Jim. This was the last time Connie heard from Jim. The British and the German soldiers played football in the no man's land while celebrating Christmas. Hans told Jim that he hoped that the war could also be resolved by a match of football, to which Jim replied that he was not good at football, but he would be sure of winning if they played cricket. The Germans won the match. This maybe indicates that the Germans might also have won the actual battle between the two troops. Next, why did the author go to Bridport? Answer. The author had to go to Bridport because he wanted to give that letter back to Mrs. Macpherson, who lived there. Next, how old was Mrs. Macpherson now? Where was she? Answer. Mrs. Macpherson was 101 years old now. She was in a nursing home in Burlington House. Next, who did Connie Macpherson think her visitor was? Answer. Connie Macpherson thought that her visitor was none other than her husband, Jim Macpherson. Next, which sentence in the text shows that the visitor did not try to hide his identity? Answer the sentence. I explained about the desk, about how I had found it, but I don't think she was listening. Shows that the visitor did not try to hide his identity. Next, for how long do you think Connie had kept Jim's letter? Give reasons for your answer. Answer. I think that Connie might have kept Jim's letter for a very long time. She herself told the narrator that she read the letter quite often every day in order to feel that Jim was still near her. Next, why do you think the desk had been sold and when? Answer. The desk probably had been sold when the house in which Connie Macpherson resided had caught fire. She was taken to a nursing home. After that, the neighbors might have sold all the burnt up things. Next, why do Jim and Hans think that games or sports are good ways of resolving conflicts? Do you agree? Answer. Jim and Hans believed that games or sports are good ways of resolving conflicts as there are no deaths involved in it. No children turn into orphans and no wives turn into widows. Due to these reasons and the fact that wars only lead to devastation, games or sports are a good way to resolve conflicts. Next, do you think the soldiers of the two enemies are like each other or different from each other? Find evidence from the story to support your answer. Answer. The soldiers of the two armies were like each other. Both of the troops celebrated Christmas with each other, shared each other's food. All of them were smoking, laughing, talking, drinking, and eating. They even talked about the books that they liked. They agreed about almost everything. They also played football, for which both Hans and Jim cheered, clapped hands, and stamped feet. They also exchanged carols at night. Furthermore, they had the same view that wars only brought death and destruction, and they hoped that each would be alive to see his family. All these instances indicate that the soldiers of the two armies were similar to each other. Next question. Mention the various ways in which the British and the German soldiers become friends and find things in common at Christmas. Answer. The British and the German troops celebrated Christmas together. They enjoyed each other's food. All of them were smoking, laughing, talking, drinking, and eating. Hans Wolff and Jim Macpherson shared the cake prepared by Connie. They talked about Bathsheba, Gabriel Oak, Sergeant Troy, and Dorset. They also talked about the books they liked. They agreed about everything. Both the troops played a game of football for which both Hans and Jim cheered, clapped hands, and stamped feet. They also exchanged carols at night. In this manner, they celebrated Christmas together and found a lot in common among them. What is Connie's Christmas present? Why is it the best Christmas present in the world? Answer. While in the nursing home, when the narrator visited Connie and gave her the box, she thought that it was her husband Jim who had come home for Christmas. This was her Christmas present, and it was the best Christmas present in the world for her, because Jim had written in his letter to her that He would be coming back home on Christmas. She had read that letter numerous times every day in order to feel that he was near her. She was extremely happy that he was finally there with her. Next question. Do you think the title of this story is suitable for it? Can you think of any other title? Answer. Yes, I think that the title of the story, The Best Christmas Present in the World, suits it perfectly. The spirit of Christmas is the theme that prevails throughout the story. Firstly, it was on a Christmas day, in the middle of a raging war, that two warring troops made peace. The moment of peace that the soldiers shared with each other was the best Christmas present for them. Also, it was on a Christmas day that the narrator visited Mrs. Macpherson to return her husband's letter to her. The letter was very precious to her, but what was even more precious was her delusion that the narrator was none other than her husband Jim, who she believed had returned as promised on a Christmas day. This indeed was the best Christmas present in the world for her. Next question. Read the passage below and underline the verbs in the past tense. A man got on the train and sat down. The compartment was empty except for one lady. She took her gloves off. A few hours later, the police arrested the man. They held him for 24 hours and then freed him. See, the past tenses are: a man got on, it is past, the train and sat down, sat. The compartment was empty except for one lady. She took is the past form of the verb take, her gloves off. A few hours later, the police arrested the man. Arrested is the past form of arrest. They held him for 24 hours. Held is the past form of hold. And then freed him. Freed is the past form of the verb free. Next, fill in the blanks using the correct form of the verbs in brackets. You can find the questions in your text and I will go to the next step, the answer. Look at this. My little sister is very naughty. When she came back from school yesterday, she had torn her dress. We asked her how it had happened. She said she had quarreled with a boy. She had beaten him in a race and he had tried to push her. She had told the teacher and so he had chased her and she had fallen down and had torn her dress. Underline the verbs and arrange them in two columns, past and earlier past. So there are few sentences below and we have to write the past and earlier past. So come to the answer. First we have underlined the past form of the verbs and then we can divide it. My friends set out to see the caves in the next town, but I stayed at home because I had seen them already. Set out, stayed, had seen. This is the verb form. Next, when they arrived at the station, the verb is arrived. Their train had left. Had left is the verb form. They came back home. Came is the verb. But by that time I had gone out to see a movie. Had gone is the verb. So they sat outside. Sat is the verb. And ate the lunch. Ate is a verb. I had packed for them. Had packed is a verb. Next, by the time I returned. Returned is a verb. They had fallen asleep. Had fallen asleep. Had fallen is a verb. Next, we have to divide there in past and earlier past. So let's see. Past. Set out, stayed, arrived, came, sat, ate, returned. Earlier past. Had seen, had left, had gone, had packed, had fallen. Next question. Find these phrasal verbs in the story. Burn out, light up, look on, run out, keep out. Write down the sentences in which they occurred. Consult a dictionary and write down the meaning that you think matches the meaning of the phrasal verb in the sentence. Answer. Burn out. House number 12 turned out to be nothing but a burned out cell. The roof gaping, the windows boarded up. Light up. That was the moment her eyes lit up with recognition and her face became suffused with a sudden glow of happiness. Look on. Hanswolf and I looked on and cheered, clapping our hands and stamping our feet to keep out the cold as much as anything. Next, ran out. The time came, and all too soon, when the game was finished. The snaps and the rum and the sauces had long since run out, and we knew it was all over. Next, keep out. Hanswolf and I looked on and cheered, clapping our hands and stamping our feet to keep out the cold as much as anything. Next, the table below contains a list of nouns and some adjectives. Use as many adjectives as you can to describe each noun. You might come up with some funny descriptions. Noun elephant. Adjectives circular, stripped, enormous. Noun face. Adjective multicolored, round, cheerful, wild. Next, noun building. Adjective blue, red, subby, large, medium sized. Next, noun water. Adjective cold. Answer. Noun elephant. Adjective enormous, cheerful, wild, large, medium sized. Face round, red, cheerful, subby. Building circular, multicolored, enormous, blue, red, large, medium sized. Water blue, cold. So viewers, please comment how was the class and please share with your friends. So thank you. Bye bye.